Hey everyone, welcome to The Zest, the official podcast of Orange Coast Magazine. I'm Chelsea Ranieri, and today's guest is the founder of May Martin, the popular handmade jeweler brand known for its minimalism and timeless designs. The brand was started in 2014 in a small trailer at the Lab and now has 4 locations throughout Costa Mesa, San Juan Capistrano, and Laguna Beach, and more than 800 wholesale partners nationwide. Thank you so much for being here today, Lily Magaziner.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Of course. Well, I've featured you before in the magazine, which was not too long ago. So you already know what a huge fan I am of your brand. But today I am wearing a piece from your new line, which I am obsessed with. So thank you so much for sending that over.
Oh, of course. Our new bandana collection. We're really excited about those pieces.
They're so fun. And they remind me of like the 2000s, like Juicy Couture, like when we were all obsessed with that. So I am obsessed with it.
Yeah, we love the vintage look of them. And we found some really great charms that we've been using. And we have 3 pieces now in that line. So we're hoping to keep going with them. They've been really popular so far. So I'm really glad to see you wearing it.
Yay. Thank you so much. Well, to start from the very beginning of your story, you actually grew up in Miami, and I read that you used to rework your mom's vintage jewelry, which sounds so fun. So what first sparked that interest in making jewelry?
I did. Yeah. Miami was a great place to grow up. We were exposed to so much fashion and art. And I remember my mom getting me, the huge W magazines, and I would be so drawn to all of the jewelry and accessories in the magazine. And my dad had a huge workshop, so he was really good at engineering things. He could take things apart and put them back together. So I had access to all the little tools and pliers, and I just really loved working with my hands and, making things by hand and crafting pieces I could wear.
That's so cool. How old were you about that when you were doing that?
I was really young, maybe 10 or 11.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, at Florida State, you studied art and you started experimenting with casting resin. So what does that process look like, and what kinds of pieces were you making back then?
Yeah, I went to Florida State, and so I was just really drawn to resin, just inspired by pieces I have seen in Miami and Art Basel and, in the design district. And we had some really great friends who were working in the medium. So I taught myself how to make molds out of silicone, and, I was really inspired by how you could embed pieces and make it sculptural piece. Yeah, so I wound up making them into jewelry pieces later down the line.
Do you still do that today?
I don't. It's kind of a toxic medium to work with. So, you have to wear like a huge mask and everything. So I moved away from that, but I still have all the pieces that I've made, and they're really fun. Yeah, it's kind of
so cool.
Yeah, it's like a little time capsule.
Totally. Well, after college, your first job was at the Mod Jewelry Group. So can you talk a bit about what your role was there?
Yeah, so Mod Jewelry, they were a jewelry manufacturing company. We made all of Harley Davidson, Tommy Bahama. Yeah, we did a lot of other great lines. And they had 2 factories, one in Bali and one in Thailand. And I just tried to get my hands into every department of the company. I started out as assistant to the creative director, and I went back to OCC and I took classes. I took graphic design classes. I took figure drawing classes, and I took metalsmith classes. So I just really, tried to stay busy there. And I started my first line, with the help of the owner, and they, were so kind and gave me direction. So it really formed what I would do later on.
That's so cool. How did it feel going back to OCC? Because I went there and I went to Chapman as well. But I in the back of my mind, I've always thought they have such great classes. It'd be fun to go back and take something.
It was really fun. I kind of missed being in school and using my mind and learning new things. And it really there wasn't an end goal there. I was just I knew I wanted to expand my knowledge in different departments. So it was really rewarding going back.
Yeah. And I'm sure it'd probably feel like, I think I'd be more grateful for the experience than before, when I was like, oh, I hate taking math.
That's so true. Yeah.
Well, you also worked in visual merchandising with Urban Decay. So how did that transition shape your design eye?
Yeah, Urban Decay was such a fun place to work. So many inspiring women there, and a lot of the ladies still come in and shop with us today. It really taught me how to look at merchandising and how it goes across all the different stores. So it was really formative there. I learned about printing and all the different aspects of printing. And, I still use some of the print houses today. So it was just, inspiring to see what they built. And it was just so fun working there.
That's so cool. I love that both of your old previous jobs, you still like are in touch with people from them today. That's so cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. I still keep in touch with my first boss. Everybody's, we just have a great community, and a lot of mentors. Yeah, that I've leaned on.
That's so nice. Well, what originally brought you to Orange County?
I had a friend going through a really tough breakup, and it was right when I graduated. So, she called and asked if I could come out, and I wound up really falling in love with Orange County. And I've been here almost 20 years now. Just love the area. There was really great job opportunities, and I don't think I'll ever leave.
Yeah. Oh, I love that you did that for a friend. That's so sweet.
Yeah, yeah. I just lived on her floor for a few months, and I found a job and then grew from there.
Wow. Well, I also read a story about how you discovered the lab in Costa Mesa. I also remember my first time going and just being blown away by it. But do you mind sharing that story?
Yeah, it was like this hidden gem. I'd lived here for a few years, and I was kind of homesick for my Cuban food and Cuban restaurants. So I was just searching, Cuban places to go in Orange County. And I found Havana, and I was sitting on the bench waiting for my table, and I saw the little trailer there. So I went inside, and I was making a jewelry line at the time. So I went in and, asked her if she would carry my line, and she loved it. And we just, connected and stayed close. And then, when the time came when she decided to leave, it was right when I was leaving her bouquet. So it was really good timing. And I, took a leap and started working for myself. And yeah, it just grew from there.
Yeah. How did that feel to transition from like a stable 9 to 5 into working for yourself?
It was nerve wracking, but I just tried to keep in mind, worst case scenario. I could always go back and find something. So, I always try to look at it from a worst case scenario aspect. And I was really lucky to start there because it's on such a small scale. And the owner of the lab, Linda, she's so supportive and loves artists. So it was just like the perfect place to start my jewelry business.
I remember when you guys opened at that trailer because I had just graduated college around that time. And so I was just like, me and all my girlfriends were obsessed with it. And then to this day, I mean, your jewelry, like it's so great quality and it's also affordable. Like I have a pair of earrings that I wear in the shower. I wear to Pilates. I wear in the pool. They have not tarnished. And I've had them for like probably, almost since you started the business at this point. So can you talk a bit about how you create jewelry that's both affordable and high quality?
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I love seeing, I feel like you've come in every stage of our business and, it took a while to build up that customer trust. Coming from jewelry manufacturing background, I was able to learn the pricing structure and how to price jewelry. And because it took a while for customers to believe that it was good quality at a fair price point. I think because I was making it all by hand, I could reduce the cost instead of having it manufactured. So just over the years, building up, the customer base and the loyalty and just, building relationships with one customer at a time, has really allowed us to grow. We've been a part of so many birthdays and, we've been a part of weddings and, just over the years, it's just been so nice to see.
Yeah. No, you guys are part of my wedding too. I bought my mom and my mother-in-law jewelry from May Martin for that. And then I always go there for like birthday gifts. It's just you have the cutest store and all the best jewelry. But what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced when you were first starting out?
Well, one of them was COVID. We had a great team at the time and, I was really working to keep the team and seeing how we could keep the business going. We always had plans to do e-commerce and it forced us to get it going. And, that was a big challenge, but we made it through. Also becoming a new mom, I always waited to become a mom. I always, didn't know how I was going to fit it in with everything that we were doing. But now she's, motivates me and inspires me. So.
I
Yeah.
love that. That's so cool. You'll be able to pass down your early pieces to her.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so fun. She already loves wearing jewelry.
Oh, so cute. Okay, I read a story about you cutting out turf with your AstroTurf with your mom for the trailer. Do you have some favorite memories you can share from those early days?
Yeah, I mean, just how small and scrappy we had to start out. We were cutting in, it was with the Santa Ana winds. And, it was just, I was thinking, how am I going to fit all my, inventory in 100 square foot trailer, And so just thinking back to like how I was able to piece everything together and, be so scrappy and make it work. Yeah, just looking back at where we started is so fun.
Yeah. And does your mom still work at the trailer?
She does,
I
yeah,
love that. So
yeah,
cool.
yeah. She's a fan favorite over there at the lab. Yeah.
She's great. And she's so helpful too. Like I was looking for a piece for my husband's stepsister who's like a teen. And I was like, what? Like, I'm not sure like what they like right now. And she goes, oh, the teenage girls love this one. And I was like, perfect. Like, thank you.
Yeah.
Well,
Moms are
you now have 4 locations. Oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
moms are the best. Yeah, she's the best.
She's so sweet. Well, you now have 4 locations and you've expanded into clothing and other accessories as well. So how did you decide to open your first brick and mortar?
Yeah, I think I always had it in the back of my head and didn't realize it. My mom worked at this really great store on Lincoln Road in Miami and South Beach. It was called Replay. They had like Diesel right when they were coming out. And then a high school boyfriend's mom had a boutique. And I was just really drawn to the merchandising aspect of everything. And then when I was leaving Urban Decay, I just, decided to give it a chance and see how it went. And it just grew from there.
Yeah. And how do you decide what pieces you're going to put in the store? Because I love all the different, the local artists that you guys feature, the different brands that you have for clothing, and also your home decor stuff is really cute too.
Oh, thank you. We started out with a lot of local people. We have like a local ceramist. Her name's Salty Ceramics. We worked with, a lot of other local artists. So we kind of start from there. I love gifting. So just finding something that would be a good birthday gift or, an anniversary gift. Candles are always great. We, try to source really good quality candles that are natural. So we just try to get a lot of like good materials, which kind of ties back to how we approach our jewelry line. So just quality materials.
Yeah, and I love speaking of gifting, that when you get a gift at May Martin, you guys wrap it with that really pretty ribbon or like that, and then little flower. Like it just looks so cute and like perfect as it is.
Thank you. Yeah, we love all the little details, and gift wrapping is like one of my favorite parts. I think it just, seeing that somebody's, happy to receive the gift, makes it all worth it.
Definitely. And then you have your team working in the back and they are still making all the jewelry?
Yes, yeah, they're still making all the jewelry. So the space in Victoria Street, it just made sense to have our team in the back. And that way, when people come shopping, they can have something resized on the spot, or they can have a permanent jewelry made on the spot. We also do charm bars, so they can pick out little charms and move them around. So it's really fun having our studio in the back of that store. We're also expanding and opening another studio soon too, so we can kind of service more of our other retailers.
Ooh, can you say where it's going to be?
Yeah, so we're in Laguna Canyon. Today's my first day in the office.
Oh my God, congratulations.
Thank you. We're really excited. We want to have, more parties here and have retailers come by and have it be a showroom for the line. So, it's a big leap for us. But we've kind of outgrown the space that we're in now. So it was the next step. It's nerve-wracking and exciting, but we're really excited about having more space to do our photography in-house and to do photo shoots and just to have like our showroom laid out with our newest pieces. So we'll definitely have to send you an invite once we get.
I would love that.
Yeah.
That sounds so exciting. I can't wait to see it. Well, you've also mentioned in another interview, which I absolutely loved this, that how important it is to keep your team happy, like you were talking about during COVID as well. So how do you foster that kind of positive culture within a creative business?
We just all say that it's a safe space to say any
Oh,
idea that you have, and it's very collaborative. We want everyone to feel like they're part of the process and their voice is heard. And really everyone brings something different to the table, and we really have a great team right now.
oh, that sounds so fun. Well, you've had your hand in every aspect of your business, including design, merchandising, and brand building. So, what's your favorite part of the process today, and what advice do you have on delegating tasks?
My favorite part is just meeting the customers and, talking to people. I still love to get in there and hand make new designs. And like I said, I love merchandising too. I wanted to make it feel like a special moment when you walk in and something just jumps off the table at you. We've kind of experimented with making our own jewelry displays, and out of clay. So I just really love working with my hands and the artistic process of it all. And also coming in and working with a great team every day. It's just really inspiring. Yeah.
Yeah, you can feel that when you walk into everyone that works at your store feels so like happy and welcoming and warm. So I feel like that's another reason why I love going back to your store. I'm obsessed with the one on Victoria Street.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's really close to your house too, right? And you can
Ah.
even fermentation farms. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, it's great. Yasmin, who runs it over there, is awesome. It's such a great community. Now we're over in San Juan by her other location too. So yeah, we're kind of like a little tribe in all the area.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just realized that. I love that.
Yeah.
Do you have any upcoming events that you want to shout out, or you have such cool events that you have at the store?
Yeah, well, we have, we always have new designs coming out. We have a lot of like engraving pieces that are going to be new. We have some fun collaborations that are on the horizon. And you can always follow along on new stuff on our social media. But yeah, we always do like events, ear piercing. So there's a lot of fun events coming up.
Amazing. I actually got my ears pierced by your piercer at when River Shoot Marketplace first opened, they had an event.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
so fun.
Yes, yes. That we use two different piercers, and they're both amazing. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, everyone's been loving it, and it's pain free, and we have really affordable 14 karat studs. Because we're selling it directly to the customer. They start at like $52 for like a nice 14 karat stud. So yeah, everyone's been keeps asking for more piercing events, so we're trying to keep up. I think we have a couple coming up in October. Um,
Ooh.
yeah, and we have some really fun things launching for the holidays, so we're really excited. Yeah, it's going to be a busy season, and we'll be doing lots of gift wrapping, I'm sure.
Cute. Oh my gosh, I will definitely be there. Well, we are coming to the end of our time, but before I let you go, I have three final questions for you that we call the Thoughtful Three. So, first, I read in an interview that you're working to overcome your perfectionist mindset, which is so relatable. I am also doing that. So, what has your journey taught you, and how do you manage it day to day?
Well, I still strive for excellence, and, I want to make everything that I do and everything that I put my name on the best that I can do. So it's a work in progress. I'm just trying to have a little more fun along the way. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I'm kind of navigating that.
Yeah. My therapist told me, rather than ask myself, like, is it perfect? Ask, is it good enough? So that's really got me through some moments where I'm like just obsessing over something.
That's a good takeaway.
How have you managed to grow your brand while also staying true to your roots?
I think we've managed to grow the brand just like I said, one customer at a time, and really focusing on our quality and offering something at a good price point. I think that's, allowed us to just grow, and word will spread about it. So yeah, having amazing customers like you, and then you tell your friends, and then when they receive a gift, so I think just having the foundation of, making the item the best you can, and, making it as accessible as you can. Yeah, I think that's just what we've tried to stay true to.
Yeah, and you can definitely feel that in the brand too. And then lastly, what advice would you give to someone who is hoping to create their own jewelry brand?
I think you have to be really passionate about it, because that makes it all the hard work worth it. So just being really passionate and then just taking the first step. We still have so much refining to do and so much work to do, but, it's just about taking the first step and then the one after that and then, keep going.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for doing this. It's always a pleasure to get to talk with you.
Thank you, Chelsea. Thank you so much.